Hi, friend. In the spirit of thankfulness, man, oh man, I am so thankful for you. I'm blown away by the love and support this podcast has received in the last year, and I'm incredibly grateful to have a community of hustling, smart go-getters. Yes, I am talking about you. Thank you so much for welcoming me into your earbuds, your car stereo, or your Alexa speaker today. If you're listening to this in real time, Thanksgiving is just over a week away. And to show my gratitude, I thought maybe, just maybe, this episode might be exactly what you need. When to take a break. A few years ago, I made a pact to myself that I would always be improving. And while I regularly practice yoga and have routine visits to a massage therapist and weekly acupuncture appointments, there's still one thing that I'm improving. And that's healing my mind. I'm the type of person who overthinking. I don't know about you, but plenty of times I will lay in bed at night, unable to sleep because I'm making a list of things to do. Grocery list, email list, to-do list, people to hug lists. You know, it's like I got lists on lists. And I'm always looking for ways to continue following my dreams. But sometimes thinking gets in the way of living, and this causes my brain to really be prone to stress and lethargy. Because of this, JD and I carve time in our calendars just to be, just to sit, just to take a step back, and just to breathe. We share a Google Calendar. I mean, talk about romance, right? I'm like, please, if it's not on the Google Calendar. I was like, we literally put our dates on the Google Calendar. Okay, we live and die by the Google Calendar. So we share a Google Calendar and we block out days for resting and catching up. And we also add time for vacations. We've discovered that every time we return from a vacation, we've got this new idea to execute or a project that's going to push us creatively. The minute we prioritize rejuvenation, the more effective we are throughout the year. In the past, we've spent a week in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, or a few weeks in Australia. I mean, y'all, remember when we could travel? Those were the days. Anyway, more recently, JD and I, we've had staycations. Yes, we will stay in our small apartment with our dog, Polo, and our daughter, Luna. Because no matter where these breaks take place, these vacations are exactly what my brain needs. You know, on those really extravagant beach trips, I wish I could say that we went whale watching or deep sea fishing or made tortillas, but we did none of that. We did none of anything. We slept in and we went running on the beach and we ate our weight in guacamole and we watched the sunset. I mean, we just let our minds heal. And I'm going to pause here because I have friends who aren't Latino, and they have a hard time with how I say guacamole. They're like, Jasmine, it's guacamole. And I'm like, bro, my people invented the word. It's guacamole, okay? So say it with me right now, guacamole. You're welcome. Okay, let's dive into the core of what I want to chat about today. And it's focusing on signs when it's time to take a break. Because if you're thinking that all of this sounds good, right? Oh yeah, Jasmine, breaks, vacations, amazing. Well, here are a few signs that may tell you it's time for more of a significant break that's more than just, I'm going to take a Sunday off. Hey, take a step back. It's time to take a break when you're feeling creatively blocked. If you're getting more and more frequent headaches or migraines, if you're not actively dreaming or goal setting for your business, or no matter how much sleep you get, you're always tired. You're feeling unmotivated in your work. Ooh. Now, if you're sitting here nodding your head, even if you're not experiencing all of these signs, but if you're mentally checking off a couple or a few things on this list, you probably need to rest. So let's chat about how often to take a break. I normally recommend business owners plan to take 1 week off per quarter. And if you're like me and you want to view your vacation as a reward, I mean, I look forward to these rewards like nobody's business. So if you're like me, then I tell you to plan your time off after a new product or a service launch, when your busiest season concludes, or after you finished a big project. Because then you feel oh, this is well-deserved and I can completely recharge. It's important to give yourself more than just 1 or 2 days off. Because for me, 1 or 2 days off is mental health day. Cool, great. More than 3 days off is like a complete mental reset for me. And when I do a mental reset, I don't bring out my computer and I don't have my phone. Which brings me to the next point of how to prepare to take a break. Now, we're all going to be functioning differently, and I would never say that like one way is the best way or my way is the right way. I have tried 3 different approaches. I'm going to share that with you, and then you can pick which one is best suited for you. Because as busy business owners, social media can feel like a really heavy part of our jobs. Like, I don't know about you, but there have been times this year when I really wanted to throw my phone in the ocean. And I was like, I'm never going to touch social media again. Anybody? Am I like the only person here? When you're preparing to take a significant break from social media and like the rest of your business in general, it's important to outline what you are going to keep doing or what you're going to temporarily stop doing, and maybe what somebody else can do in your absence. So I'm going to talk about all 3 of those right now. The first one is to keep doing nothing. Like, you're just going to say, I'm going to give myself a complete brain break. So no checking email, no posting on Instagram stories, no scrolling through Facebook. You're going to take a complete break. This is completely unplugging. I have done that, and I do that at minimum twice a year. Now, the second option is to take a break, but you have segmented times where you are still somewhat participating in the business. So for example, when it comes to your email, you're the one who's setting an autoresponder, and then you just say, I'm only checking my email this 1 hour a day. Cool. You get to set the terms. When you're kind of taking like a half break, when it comes to like client work or fulfilling orders, if you don't have a team member who can keep your business running while you're gone, like I didn't when I was a wedding photographer, because when I was a wedding photographer, it required me to be at the shoots and required me to continue doing album fulfillment and print fulfillment and working with art directors, right? If I knew I was going to be gone in advance, I wasn't taking on any client work prior to the break to ensure I wasn't going to be beheld or beholden to that. Remember, this is a brain break. So not only am I taking a break, I'm preparing myself not to take on projects that would seep into the time where I needed to take the break. Now, perhaps if you're like kind of sort of going on a lighter vacation when it comes to social media, if you absolutely need to post on social media, great. Maybe you could schedule your post in advance. Or maybe you could just announce like, hey, I'm taking a break. I'm going to be gone X many days and I will come back when I'm ready. It's been very common during these times for me to delete the apps from my phone so I could truly not be tempted or even distracted to go onto those apps. Now, the third type of brain break that you could take is to have somebody do your work temporarily. Yes. So when I'm saying this, some of you might be listening and saying, Jasmine, I cannot give up email. I cannot give up social media completely. Like, my business is life or death. Okay, maybe you're saying that. Cool, no problem. Well, what I'm going to do is urge you to let somebody else take care of them. This could be a teammate. It could be a virtual assistant. This could be a friend that you trust and say, these are the things that I need you to do every day so that when I come back from my brain break, I'm ready to hit the ground running. I have done all 3 types of these breaks at different points in my career, and sometimes take these types of breaks at different points in the past year. If you decide to take a break over the holidays this year or at any other time that works for you, I want to cheer you on. Speaking of cheering you on, I need to take a moment and say thank you to Namzi1 and Natasha SOC Media for cheering this podcast on. They left the sweetest reviews. Y'all, talk about a detour. Yo, I'm telling you that Namzi1 said, I found Jasmine Star through Instagram a few years ago and was immediately drawn to her content. She's really here to serve and give amazing tips that work well in your business. And Natasha said, if you want a fun business marketing podcast full of sweet words and hand-holding chatter that you can listen to while you scroll through Instagram, this podcast isn't for you. Hey! She writes, if you want straight talking, strategic, step-by-step plan to move your business forward, get on the Jasmine Star train, baby, and don't forget to bring a pen and paper. You'll need it. Namzi and Natasha, thank you so much. If you could leave a review to cheer this podcast on, nothing would mean more to me. Truly. I can't wait to hopefully read your review on this podcast soon. Now, let's get back to our conversation about brain breaks. We're not the Energizer bunnies. We're not meant to go, go, go without a moment of rest and without a sign of stopping. Friend, I want to empower you and maybe challenge you to show yourself some immense love by giving your body and your mind time to heal and reset. I promise you, you're going to be stronger after the break than trying to drive without taking it. Enjoy your time off, friend. You deserve it.